pretty low-key day today. It is very hot here in Ohio and 89 degrees. So thankful for my air conditioner and that I have AC. I just get see a little bit more brightness in here. Oh, now it's too bright. The sun is very, very bright here in my room, and so I'm trying to adjust the curtains accordingly so that I can see what I see and that you guys can see me plainly. So I think this is good. How was y'all guys' weekend? I will be diving into the subject of how women are able to work with their restrictive dresses, and are they really restrictive? How is it compared to how I grew up? I would have always worn dresses as a young Amish girl. If you're new here, welcome. I am Erma Mast. I grew up Amish, and so I left about 7.5 years ago, and so I love talking about Amish, my background, the differences between where I come from and how things are now, just some questions and answers, questions people have, education on how things really are in the Amish community. Hi, Mona from New York. Welcome. So glad you joined me this evening. I know it's I missed last Sunday. I had last Sunday trying to think what I did. I forget what I did last Sunday. It was a crazy busy week before that. We had auction for my aunt that passed away in May, and so we sold all of her goods, all of her home, her house. And hey Roy, good to see you. And so it was a lot of, I don't know, there's just been a lot to sort through, but super thankful. Everything went super well, and I was able to go to the auction, be part of it, and spent time with family, got some of her stuff that I'm really happy to have. And one thing that I got that I will share is a tent. It was like an outside, I forget the size, it's kind of like two adults can very comfortably be in. I remember when we were younger. Hi, Aaron. We would sleep about 4 little ones, so 2 adults. But it's actually the address of my grandfather still on the tent, on the case, because my grandfather got that tent. And when my grandfather had sale, they moved off the farm and had sale. My aunt got that tent, and now she passed, and so I was very thankful to be able to get that tent. I didn't have a tent, and I need one for I'm going camping this summer, and so really happy to have that tent. And it's very special because it was one that my aunt loved, and she was so proud of it. And every summer she would use it. Once every summer she would invite some of family and neighbors and stuff, and people, some friends, to camp in her backyard. She had some woods and a really nice space to camp, so she was always very happy to use that tent. So now I'm always going to think about that. Like one of the neighbors girls mentioned, when they saw the tent, they were like, she was always so proud of it, she loved that tent. And so I'm thankful. I'm really glad I was able to get that, and a number of other things that I'm glad for. Had just a really good auction, and so that's been a lot to process, but things are going well. I know I haven't been very consistent. I haven't been doing the Wednesdays anymore. I'm mostly just doing lives weekends if I can. Mostly just because of my schedule and a lot of outdoor work with my 2 businesses that I run. I have so much energy, and I love going outdoors and working, and now people need help, so I am doing that. So I'm really thankful to be able to do that. I feel I even have more energy this year than I had the past years, and so getting all that sunshine, getting all that vitamin D and system moving. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions at any time, and then I will get to them as I'll keep look at them, and I'll answer some of your questions as I go. So yeah, how was you guys' day today? I would love to hear about your guys' weekend. Yesterday I got to clean. I have small group at my house every now and then, so cleaned my house more thoroughly. That felt good. It doesn't happen as it happens every few weeks. Whoop. And I'm trying to see. There we go. And just had a really good weekend, kind of catching up services this morning, and yeah, was not a slower week, but it was a more chill week than some weeks. The other week was just got extra cleaning and a lot of calls and stuff, but it was very good. The topic of the day, I will just get kind of into that about how is it hard to work in restricted dresses when you're Amish, and so when I was Amish, I would have thought no. I except I think I guess you got used to it. You just really got used to whatever clothes you wore. So if my little nieces, 1 and 3, they wear dresses. They don't think about of anything different. They don't think about realize how different it could be if they wear shorts and are playing outside or whatever they're doing. Like they don't think about it, and I think that is how it was for me. I never thought of it that it was. Um, Restrictive. I didn't like skirts that were too narrow so that you couldn't run or step or move, but it also wasn't. Um, we also hated too big of skirts because they were like all over the place. So, but now looking back, I'm like, if I would have to wear a dress again, the woven dresses that they wear, I do have a few dresses that I occasionally wear, kind of dress up a little more. Or I even find some dresses are really cool and chill, like for in the summer, and they're not tied around your legs, and it's just kind of a more airy, less warm than some pants. But I do feel the way that the dresses, if I would have to go and wear an Amish dress regular again, I would feel so restricted. And I think the main thing for that would simply be the it's more of the fabric than the actual dress. So the fabric that we used was all woven fabric, so very little to no stretch, and I think that would drive me crazy again if I'd have to wear that again. So that would is my biggest issue, and those are warm. Now when I have a dress, I like the cottony, um, cooler ones, and it's like going back to those fabric woven ones. I do have a few skirts that are woven fabric. I had I have like 2 or 3 skirts that are woven fabric, and those are so warm compared to my other ones. So that would be, even thinking about it now, I would feel it would be so warm and restricted that it doesn't move, because I love like stretchy fabrics. I'm all for stretch. And so it's about comfort for me, and I would feel very, very restricted. However, I think, yes, jeans are hot and restricted to work in. That's why I wear dress pants, or as I call them, work pants. Yeah, I don't wear jeans in the summer either. Jeans are definitely warmer, and for the winter, um, so those feel restrictive too. I'm very particular how jeans fit though too. I don't like if they, I don't know. I like to be able to move, but yeah, I get what you're saying. You wear more of a slack or a stretcher pants that you can wear that are definitely more comfortable than jeans even. But jeans feel really good in the winter, right? And again, like their dresses are cool for the winter. They can wear, leggings or something under it if they need to, or layers. But in the winter, it wouldn't be so bad. Except again, I wouldn't need that stretch. I was always super picky how it felt on me. I didn't like it slobby, but I didn't like it too fitted, so I could move. And um, I don't know. It's I am particular how something feels on my body. And so, yes, I would feel restricted now if I'd have to go back, but at the time we didn't really think about it because we were so used to it and we didn't know anything else. So yeah, it's not hard, I would say. And also, if I really think about it, say when I'm working outside in a little garden or something, that the skirt comes in the way. Like when you kneel down, there's the whole skirt, and that is more not really restrictive, but it's just more fabric to work with and warmer for sure. So I wouldn't go back. I didn't actually wear dresses for a number of years after I left, just simply because I just couldn't get myself to go into dresses again, and I decided there's no need to. I don't have to for any reason. Um, and I gave myself quite a bit of time, and after some years, um, I'm now starting to wear more dresses actually, and I wore a dress to the auction. It was like a knee-length dress, and it doesn't bother me at all. Like they're really in the summer, especially if they're like knee length. They're not too long or short. Like it's just they're actually really chill for the summer. They're not warm. So starting to wear more dresses again and trying to find dresses that I like. It's hard to find some that I like though too, even in the non-Amish world, because I guess I'm super picky when it comes to clothing. So, um, but am wearing more and more dresses again because I'm learning that they're actually not that bad, depending how it is. All my clothes get burned, holes in them from sparks welding, so they didn't last long. So inexpensive. Yeah, that's a good idea. If you're welding and you get if you and that's same with some other work. If you get it real dirty or stains and things, it's secondhand stores, right? Been fishing all weekend. It's been good. Next weekend is holiday weekend, so hope to be fishing. Yay for fishing! Um, I haven't fished in a long time. Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. My grandfather graduated from high school, so we've been busy with that. Yeah, that sounds like a busy time. I'm just learning a lot more about that with schools and how graduations work, and how busy people are with different graduations. So when I graduated eighth grade, I we had a picnic every year after school, and then in the picnic we would get a graduation gift. That we did, and then we got our diploma, and we were very proud of it, and everyone graduated us. But there was no, it didn't take more time for us than any other year. But it sounds like a busy time when you have graduation parties and celebrations, and I think that's really cool. If you celebrate what people did and the efforts that they put in, and um, students work so hard, and if we can recognize that, that's awesome. Another question that I had was, and how do the Amish keep their skin looking radiant? Again, if you have questions, feel free to comment any questions. I just will keep kind of going. So the lighting just switched. I think it's just the sun moved or something, like how the shades, something. I don't know. How and I think their skin, for one, when I've noticed a little bit of a difference when I came into this culture about skin, and for one, we did not wear makeup, and I this is just my opinion and what I am seeing, um, that the skin, like the way I grew up, we washed our face. I was taught to wash our face every morning, and then in the evening when we showered or whatever, or washed our teeth and stuff, wash your face, and with warm or cold water, if cold water felt better in the summer. And that's the only thing we did with our skin. I do know if I had acne, I might have put something on it, like a salve or a deep tissue, something. But that is the only thing we did with our skin. And this is just my opinion, but I feel actually the less I do with my skin and put on my face, the less makeup that I wear. At one point, I was trying more different makeups, and I noticed that my skin had more breakouts, and this was natural makeups. I just wear natural ones. But the more I do with my skin in wearing makeup and um, trying all of these, it's not necessarily, you know, it messes with your oils and the skin microbiome. And so if you mess up your skin microbiome, there again, if you fix your gut, our skin is our biggest organ. And so if your skin if there's a lot of acne going on with your skin, there is a good chance you have gut health issues and your skin is trying to work it off. So you can use healthy skincare products. One of the things I've used in the past that I was is simple, very very simple. Is just coconut oil. Using coconut oil every morning, like once or twice a day, just pure coconut oil. You want the unrefined virgin coconut oil, can really help level some of that out, the pH in your skin. But fixing your gut, I used to have a lot of acne, terrible acne, and the only thing that I did different, I used two things topically every now and then. I'm just bad at using body things topically with my skin, to be really honest, like lotions or anything for. I'm just not. I guess. But when I changed my gut and when I fixed my gut, my skin cleared up. So right now I have a little bit of a sit there, but that's about the extent that I have acne issues now. That I am healing my gut and I take something consistently for my gut has cleared up the outside for me. So your skin is a reflection of your gut. I would say there were, Amish have skin issues too. They have acne too. They have breakouts and oils and extra oils or dry skin. They have all of that too. I don't think there is a, they're human, so it's not any different. I would say the only thing I can think of is that they don't mess so much with their skin. Maybe they're not. A lot of makeups can make breakouts. Our younger generations are obsessed with makeup and something they do with their eyes, cat eyes, I think they call it, and coloring the hair. Oh, it may disappear. They call it, and coloring of the hair and very tight and close. It reminds me of Egypt. Yeah. Yeah, I think with all the makeup and the skincare products that are available nowadays are actually causing a lot of skin issues and messing up with your natural skin microbiome. And so I do use a few skincare products. I have a blend that is helps me with like rejuvenate my the skin microbiome. It feeds the microbiome in my skin, and then I will list the ones that I use. I think I have it list on, I don't have it on this one. In the description in my videos, I will make that it's on this one too. I have a link to the supplements that I use and the skincare products that I use. They're all from one company and a company that I trust, a company that I highly, highly have recommend. Oh, and tattoos, green and black tattoos are scary. And I've I use that on occasion, maybe every once a week when, especially like if I have a zit or something, I realize, okay, I gotta get on it a little bit, and I'll use it once a week or a few days in a row, whatever it takes. And I have a cleanser. I have a natural cleanser from the same company that I use every now and then. It just makes kind of, especially if I'm working in the garden, I'm sweating, and it just really feels fresh. But then again, the I know what is in it, and it is all healthy things for my skin. So I think that's important. Um, and I'm trying to think, there's the other one I have is called a body cream. It's like a charcoal, also very healthy from the same company. So, but as far as their skin in general, I think they have the same issues we have. I wouldn't say they're any different. How about the shoes the Amish wear? They wear the same kind of shoes we do. I do, you do. We never had really any rules on what kind of shoes we could wear or couldn't wear in the last years. They wear any colors, any brands, sandals. I've noticed that the sandals are becoming more of a thing. It used to be more like clogs and tennis shoes, and they're having a lot more sandal variety. But yeah, they were pretty much an issue. Yeah, that's the one where I should say that where I come from, that the stricter churches would only be allowed to have black shoes, or maybe some of them might have a rule that you can only wear a little certain gray, or like you can't be white, or it has to be all black, or there are certain really strict Amish that you can only wear a certain brand, I think, or certain type of look of shoes. But where I come from, there was no rule on shoes, so we could wear any kind of shoes. For church, we would always wear black, but yeah, otherwise there was no rule on shoes. So yeah, and that's the same with dress. Like I think they have the rules to some extent on dress, and we had very simple, basic dresses. I don't think you could get it. I mean, it's very simple to make, very simple to put on. They wear nice, soft, comfy shoes. I do. I do too, but mostly leather boots for safety. Yeah, that depends on the job you have. I would agree. Like my brothers or dad, depending where they work, they might have steel toe shoes. That might be even a necessary, like a have to in their workspace. Um, we wore comfy shoes. I'm very much into the shoes that have space for toes. I don't like my toes being all squashed together. Some of my siblings are also very particular about that. I don't like anything pointy. I like my shoes where they have like, I got some barefoot shoes recently. It's called barefoot shoes, and they just are wider at the front end. There's plenty of like you. It almost feels like you're barefoot. They don't. They're really not much of a shoe. Like they have a sole and very basic top, just a thin top, and I really like them. They feel like you're barefoot and they have space for my toes. Because if my toes are squished together, I will feel that my back tightens up, and that's a whole other story. Um, yeah, if you have more questions, I'm trying to think about just as far as the restrictive or I think I answered that pretty extensively. Um, their dresses are very, very simple. And yeah. Oh, how many of you would love that if I would sing a German song? I would make a different video on it, but just sing a German song for a video. I've been thinking about doing that. I'll need to get my German books out. I do have German songbooks in the box, I believe. I have so many books. I've been a book reader. I got tons and tons of books when I was sick, and that I still have. And so, because I agree, I always get white sizes. My big toe gets sort of, I don't want, yeah. Yep, it's very important that your feet have space and that your toes have space. Your toes are connected with your back. Just trying to look over some, I put the questions in the notes. Yes, that would be awesome. Well, thank you. I will definitely look into, I might just do that one of these days. And Dutch and English education, I thought that might be interesting to do some words and teach you all some words in Dutch. I think that would be really fun. You guys have any more questions? I don't have a lot more for. Did you look into the English translation of the Ausbund? Yeah, so I have seen that. After I was like, yes, I think my parents have one. And yeah, that's very interesting. I think I know what some words mean, but not all of them. So, or a little song. Yeah, yeah, I have the little songbook too. I didn't have as many questions this week come in, but so if you guys have more questions, feel free to ask questions. And we just have 23 minutes here, so we're good for. I thought I have an hour if we can talk up for an hour. If you have more subjects or more questions you have. So this time of the year, a lot of the Amish are doing. My parents have strawberries. We usually didn't have strawberries when I was growing up, but last year they put out 25 plants and they got 30 quarts just almost every day for a while. And so there was a shortage of strawberries in the area because of the weather. We had 3 weeks of no rain, and then we got a little bit of rain for 2 days. We got a nice soaking rain, and now it's been a little dry again. So not many people. There was just a shortage of strawberries. I heard that they were going for $10 a quart at the auction. And so my parents watered theirs every day. And so they had lots of strawberries, way more than they expected. They were expecting just to have for themselves. So I got some, and they were selling, more of my siblings got some. and they were selling some to neighbors and church people. Um, but right now, a lot of them are out farm, they're planting things. There's hay, a lot of nice hay made in the last few weeks. Um, and the sports intruder guy, I have a neighbor that is working on the garage, and occasionally they are redoing my garage, just outside of it, putting new siding on. And he's a sports intruder guy, and he mentioned how there a lot of berries are ready for this week. So they're doing a lot of berries right now, and my parents have some berries too, just for fresh eating. So that's always fun. We picked a lot of. I'm trying to think what berries they were. They're called hembada, which bata is berry, and so there wasn't blackberries, raspberries maybe, or black raspberries maybe in English. Not quite sure. And my uncle used to have some in his pasture that he didn't really get to, and so we could pick anytime we wanted. So we would always go up and pick a lot, and it was hard because they were prickly, but we enjoyed it. So those are ready at this time. I got some gladiolas from my aunt's place that I planted this past weeks, and my tea is ready. I'm drinking a lot of tea, and yeah, I love this time of the year where there's just a lot of fresh things to eat, and blackberries are it maybe black raspberries. It wasn't blackberries because blackberries we would have called we called blackberries. Yeah, we called them blackberries. So this was a bit raspberries, I'm guessing. Yep, so I think I will just hop off. That is the questions. That's all I have for tonight. If you guys have more questions, you can always find me on Facebook or Instagram and ask me questions there. Ask in the comments here. I always watch for questions and topics to talk about. I have a few more topics available that I wanted to talk about later on, but didn't really go with the one for tonight. So if you have thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. If you give it a thumbs up, if you share this one, if we could reach 1,000 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer. If we get 1,000 subscribers would be awesome. So if you want to share it on your social media, give it a thumbs up. Would be greatly appreciated. And thanks for streaming. Have a good night. Hey, thank you, Mona. Thank you, and you have a good night too, everyone and anyone. Have a good week.